Now as you look over to the Eddie Carroll Memorial Highway, you will see the cars that will race in the 62nd running of the Vermont Milk Bowl presented today by Northfield Savings Bank, making their way down the Eddie Carroll Memorial Highway, being pushed by the crew members. You can also see over in turn 3 all the drivers that will compete today for the Milk Bowl. They've been paired off with the children that have completed their reading logs with the race to read. You can see now the past champions of the Milk Bowl assembling here on the inside line on the front straightaway, just past the start-finish line. Field now assembling on pit road here at the nation's site of excitement. 30 of the best late models in the Northeast, including the United States and Canada, ready to go. for the toughest short track race in all of North America. The Milk Bowl later on this afternoon, starting lineup coming out. "48 cars showed up over the course of the weekend. 47 cars took time after one car lost an engine in practice, and we whittled the field down to 30 American Canadian Tour Championship late models, and these are the 30 cars that were the class of the field this Milk Bowl weekend.
like the power from my camera.
You can see all the crews lined up behind the race cars. Those are the unseen names and faces that make this possible. Getting these cars prepared each and every week to put on a show for you here at the nation's side of excitement. This is the one time a year where they all get recognized as part of opening ceremonies for the final event of the 2024 season here at the nation's side of excitement. The toughest race to win, just moments away from starting. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for the Catamount Pipe Band as they are part of opening ceremonies here at the nation's side of excitement. Now let's go down trackside to Michael Stridesburg to meet our dignitaries and former winners of the Milk Bowl.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Before we get to the 62nd running of the Vermont Milk Bowl presented by Northfield Savings Bank, we're going to meet some of our past champions of this event, beginning with the 2022 Vermont Milk Bowl champion, Christopher Pelkey. Now, Christopher, you are going to be starting fourth today after winning your triple 50 qualifier. How are you feeling coming into this one?
Yeah, good starting spot. Car feels good. Team's gelling. It's the Milk Bowl. Anything can happen.
Well, winning 2 years ago, you've got pretty recent memories of this. What do you think it's going to take to win today?
Same thing it takes every year. Good cars, a little bit of luck, the right things to break your way, and see what happens.
Well, best of luck out there.
Thank you.
Christopher Pelkey, your 2022 Milk Bowl champion. Next up, three-time Vermont Milk Bowl champion, 2005, 2007, and 2008, Patrick Legrand-Leperle. Patrick starting 14th today. Car looked very strong in qualifiers yesterday. How are you feeling coming into this one?
It's going to be tough because starting 14th, if you want to have a shot for the Milk Bowl, I mean, you need to finish top 8 in the first segment. So we're shooting for a top 8 and see what's going to happen. But my buddy Gabe Brown, I think he's got a good shot for this one. Alex Tardif too. So Ebert too. I mean, they have strong car. So we're going to pray in a car and hopefully for the best.
Well, you, Alexander Tardif, others looking to bring the Milk Bowl back to Quebec for the first time since 2008. Anything to have to say to our Quebec guests en français?
Oui, y a-tu bien des Québécois ici? Bon, ben, yes, sir. Bon, ben, on va vous donner un bon show.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Best of luck.
Merci. Thank you.
Patrick LaPearl. Next up, we have another three-time Milk Bowl champion, 1998, 99, and 2011, Brian Hoare. And Brian, you are going to be starting 8th today in a quest for a 4th Milk Bowl. How are you feeling coming into this one?
We've got a pretty sporty car. I'm pretty excited. It was great when we unloaded Friday, and we're just chasing tires a little bit, and I'm still learning to drive this new pavement. You know, I've been watching this deal for 4 years straight with the kids, and I still come out here, and I don't know what I'm doing, but it drives a little different with this pavement, and I'm still figuring it out. But we've got a pretty sporty car. It's probably better than me, but I'll just give her hell.
And speaking of the kids, you also have your son Justin and your daughter Taylor racing in today's Milk Bowl. What's that like for you as a racer and as a dad?
Well, as a racer, I'm just glad the old man beat him in qualifying. But as a dad, I look back and it looks like they're starting side by side, and I can't use the language I'm thinking right now, but it's pretty nerve-wracking actually. But I'm proud of them. They're doing a hell of a job, and they've come a long ways, and so it's fun. And I'm going to enjoy the moment.
Well, best of luck to all of you today.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Brian Hoare. Next up, we have another three-time Milk Bowl champion, 2017, 2018, and 2020, Jason Corliss. Now, Jason, you're going to be starting 7th in today's event. What do you think are the keys to success here today?
Yeah, you got to keep the nose clean, got to have a good finish, and you got to pass a lot of cars. That's the beauty of the Milk Bowl. There's not a lot of secrets here. You just got to pass a lot of cars and finish as high up in each segment as you possibly can. And you got to get some luck along the way and make a couple key moves throughout the 3 segments. So hopefully we can make all that happen.
Someone who grew up watching the Milk Bowl before you raced in it, what makes this race so special to you?
It's everything about it. The bagpipes that we're just playing, all the fans here, everybody brought their A game, and it's no holds barred. We're out here to pass cars. There's no riding. There's no saving tires. You got to go. It's go time all the time, and I love it.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Jason Corliss. Now to some drivers not in competition today, but certainly greats of the Milk Bowl, beginning with the 1978 Vermont Milk Bowl champion, Beaver Dragon. Now, Beaver, what do you think is the key to success here in today's event?
Keep the fenders and four tires all on the car.
Pretty simple. Now coming back, what do you enjoy most about watching the Milk Bowl as a fan?
Well, I don't know. It's not always the fastest car that wins. You know, you don't have to win all 3 segments to win this Milk Bowl. It took me 42 years, and I only won it once. And I probably was lucky that day. But if you can have good finishes, you know, in the 3 segments, you stand a good chance of winning the Milk Bowl.
Well, thanks for being here, Beaver. Enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Beaver Dragon, the 1978 champion. We will keep it in the family for this next one, the 2006 Vermont Milk Bowl champion, Brent Dragon, here with us today. Well, Brent, you won this race a little more recently than Dad. What do you think is the key to success today?
Well, I would say the second segment seems to be the key to the whole deal. It has for over the years. The first segment, the fast cars start up front, and you got to get that good finish in the second one to get those low points going into the third.
Now, no longer competing, but what makes the Milk Bowl still a meaningful and special event to you?
Oh, it's just the history of it. You go look at that monument up back with all the names on it, and to have your name on that is a big part of the Thunder Road family, and glad to be part of it.
Well, thanks for being here. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Brent Dragon, everybody. Next up, we have the 2002 and 2012 Vermont Milk Bowl champion, Dave Pembroke, with us today. Dave, you know, you obviously won this race twice, so you know a little about it. What do you think is the key to success today?
Yeah, pretty much what Brent said. That second segment's pretty important. You know, when you've got a fast car in this first segment, and you got to make a lot happen in that second one, and then you know what you're working with in the third. So just be consistent. Don't have to win any of them. Just finish them all.
Now, your first Milk Bowl win had the highest winning score ever at 23 points. With such a stout field, is there a chance we could see that record fall today?
No, I doubt it. These guys know how to get through traffic. The track's pretty racy. It looks like 2 lanes, so they'll be moving up through, I'm sure.
Well, we'll certainly enjoy watching them try. Thanks for being here, Dave.
Thanks a lot.
Dave Pembroke, everybody. Next up, the 1992 champion of the Vermont Milk Bowl, Randy McDonald, is with us today.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
Randy, it's been a while since we've seen you at Thunder Road. What's it been like so far being back?
Well, it looks a lot different from what I remember. A little bit wider and smoother, and got a wall all the way around it. So yeah, it looks great.
But it still hasn't changed. 3 50-lap segments. What's it going to take to win today?
Be smooth, be patient, and try to anticipate what's going on in front of you.
Well, thanks for being here. Enjoy the show.
Great. Good to see everybody. Have a great day.
Randy McDonald, everybody. Next up, one of 2 4-time winners of the Vermont Milk Bowl, 1983, 86, 88, and 90. Robbie Crouch with us today. Robbie, and you won this race all 4 ways it can be won. Winning segments, not winning segments. So what does it take here?
Well, I know what it took, 20 or 30 years ago. I have no clue what it takes now. I mean, there's so much talent in this field, and it's so tough, and the cars are so good and so close that, I'm just thrilled to be here and be able to watch it. And I cannot come up with somebody that I think is a favorite for today, but I would like to thank Northfield Savings Bank for coming back year after year. It's fantastic because I still have last year's hat. Anyway, thank you. I'm just thrilled to be here.
Thank you very much, Robbie. Enjoy the show.
Okay, thank you.
Robbie Crouch, everybody. Next up, the 1972 winner of the Vermont Milk Bowl, Bobby Dragon, with us today. Now, Bobby, obviously it's been a little while, but what's your perspective on what it takes to win in the Milk Bowl?
Well, I think, truthfully, certainly qualifying under time is critical as far as having a good spot in the first segment. First segment plays a big role as far as your overall count goes, but usually I can pick out somebody that I think could be considered a favorite, and right now I don't know. You know who I'm going to be rooting for, but they're struggling like a lot of cars and so on. So it's going to be really interesting. I think by far Caden Fisher has probably been the most consistent and the best all year long, and rightfully he won the championship. And but he's got a long road to hoe. So it's going to be a good race, I think.
Well, thank you for being here, Bobby. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Bobby Dragon, everybody. Just a couple more drivers here. Next up, the 1983 and 1987 Vermont Milk Bowl champion here with us today from Quebec, Jean-Paul Cabana. Jean-Paul, it's great to see you every year. How are you enjoying the festivities so far this year?
I'm very lucky to be here first. I stay young, That's the reason.
And in Tiger Segment 2, you're going to get to watch yourself out there with the 5A Jean-Paul Cabana throwback. What was that like for you seeing that car?
Yeah, I see the car before. I'm very happy to represent another 5A.
Any predictions for today?
I don't know yet. I need some practice.
Well, enjoy the show, Jean-Paul. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
Jean-Paul Cabana, everybody. And last but certainly not least, 59 years ago, this man won his first Milk Bowl, went on to win 2 more. The wild child, Russ Ingerson, here with us today. Russ, it's great to still see you here every year. What are you looking forward to about this year's event?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just waiting for the race start.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Any thoughts on what it's going to take to succeed today?
I don't know. I have no idea. All I can tell you, every time they make a lap, it's different. Every driver has to be on the ball. If they ain't, they ain't going to make it.
Well, that's one thing that hasn't changed. Thanks for being here, Russ. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Wild child Russ Ingerson, 3-time Vermont Milk Bowl champion. Folks, it is time to meet the starting field for the 62nd Vermont Milk Bowl presented by Northfield Savings Bank. Starting 30th on the grid, the former Series ACT champion out of Blainville, Quebec, driving the Duro King Ford Mustang 41 Quebec, Jonathan Bouvret will start 30th. Starting 29th on the grid, the 2024 late model Rookie of the Year here at Thunder Road. From East Montpelier, Vermont, the LeCaire Power Sports Chevy number 71 VT, Jesse LeCaire. Starting 28th feature winner on the ACT Tour this year, driving car number 25, the St. J. Subaru Ford Mustang out of West Burke, Vermont, Jesse Switzer. Starting 27th on the grid, a multi-time late model feature winner here at Thunder Road from Washington, Vermont, the JD's Taxi, car number 8, Chris Roberts. Starting 26th, former Flying Tiger champion here at Thunder Road from Craftsbury Common, Vermont, the Richard Bell Land Surveying Ford Mustang number 36, Joel Hodgson. 25th on the grid, picked up his first late model win just a few weeks ago out of Craftsbury Common, Vermont, driving the Pfister Fawcett's Toyota Camry number 01, Stephen Martin. The two-time defending ACT Tour champion will start 24th on the grid today out of Center Conway, New Hampshire, driving the Bar Harbor Bank and Trust Ford Mustang number 04, Vermont, DJ Shaw. Starting 23rd as a driver who broke almost a 13-year winless streak earlier this season on the high banks from East Barre, Vermont, the REM Development Ford Mustang number 9, Vermont, Chip Grenier. Starting 22nd on the grid, the two-time defending Series ACT champion out of St. Joseph, Quebec, driving the LaRue Industrial Snowblowers Chevy Camaro number 48, Quebec, Raphael Lassard. Two-time King of the Road and recent Labor Day Classic champion will go 21st on the grid out of Milton, Vermont, the premier paving Chevy Camaro number 0, Scott Dragon. Going 20th on the grid, a driver who picked up his first late model win earlier this year from Fairfax, Vermont, the AH Fence Company Chevy Camaro, the 04 New York, Justin Prescott. And it is an all-sibling row because starting 19th in her Milk Bowl debut from South Hero, Vermont, the East Rise Credit Union Dodge Charger number 48, Vermont, Taylor Hoare. Starting 18th is another Milk Bowl debut for the Flying Tiger King of 2024 from East Thetford, Vermont, the 603 design Chevy Camaro number 00, Brandon Gray. Starting 17th, the newly minted track champion of the White Mountain Motorsports Park from Waterbury Center, Vermont, the J&S Sales and Service Ford Mustang number 68, Tanner Woodard. Driving out of the 16th starting position, representing the Alan Kulwicki Driver Development Program from Dartmouth, Massachusetts, multi-time ACT winner, the Superior Iron and Rail Works Ford Mustang, Derek Luchacki in the 7AK. Starting 15th is the youngest king of the road ever in the track's history out of Shelburne, Vermont, the SD Ireland Concrete Ford Mustang number 18, the Tropical Storm, Caden Fisher. Three-time Vermont Milk Bowl champion will go 14th on the starting grid out of Saint Denis, Quebec, in the Habitations Danny Lagasse number 91, Quebec, Patrick Legrand-Leperle. 13th on the grid in the midst of his best ACT season ever, podium finisher at the Labor Day Classic a few weeks ago from Derry, New Hampshire, the Seacoast Truck and Auto Chevy Camaro number 36, New Hampshire, Eric Sands. Starting 12th is a driver making his 15th consecutive Milk Bowl start this year, tied for 3rd most all-time out of Facein, Vermont. The Sticks and Stuff Ford Mustang number 68, Vermont, Brooks Clark. Starting 11th, multi-time Thunder Road feature winner, top 5 in points this season out of Morrisville, Vermont. In the Greens Ace Hardware Chevy Camaro number 16, Vermont, Brandon Landfear. Breaking into the top 10, multi-time Thunder Road Flying Tiger winner out of East Kingston, New Hampshire, the 3rd generation driver in the Walls Ford Mustang, the 77 New Hampshire, Brian Wall Jr. Starting 9th in the 99 Vermont, a multi-time Memorial Day Classic champion here on the high banks from right here in Barrie, Vermont, the North Country Federal Credit Union Chevy SS, Cody Blake. Coming out of the 8th spot today, 3-time Vermont Milk Bowl champion, hails from South Hero, Vermont in the GossCars.com Dodge Charger number 46X, Brian Hoare. Starting in the 6th position, picked up his first ACT Tour win earlier this season in the 21 Quebec out of Notre-Dame-des-Pins, Quebec. In the Gestion Noir Electrique Ford Mustang, Alexander Fireball Tardif. I do apologize that I skipped over one of our past champions, starting 7th in the 66 Vermont out of Barrie, Vermont, the Burnett Scrap Metals Ford Mustang, Jason Corliss. And next up, we have Fireball Tardif in the 21 Quebec, first-time ACT Tour winner earlier this season. We'll get back on track here with the number 5 starter, triple 50 winner yesterday, the former ACT champion out of Williamstown, Vermont, the Hebert Excavation Ford Mustang, the 58 Vermont, Jimmy Hebert. Starting outside the 2nd row, the 2022 Vermont Milk Bowl champion, car number 64 from South Barrie, the Hutch Concrete Chevy SS, Christopher Pelkey. Starting 3rd after a triple 50 qualifying win yesterday, in car number 86 from Woolcott, Vermont, the Pete's Equipment Sales and Rentals Toyota Camry, Marcel J. Gravel. Starting in 2nd, after the time trials yesterday, car number 17 Vermont from Westford, Vermont, the Grinnell Electric Chevy Camaro, Daryl Morin will start 2nd. And we're going to pause right here because we didn't get a chance to talk to him yesterday. Daryl, qualifying on the outside of the front row of the Milk Bowl. What an accomplishment. How are you feeling coming into today?
Feeling pretty good. Just making this race is special. So being on the front row is, I don't know, it's great.
Best of luck out there, Daryl.
Thank you.
Daryl Morin, your outside front row starter, and winning the pole with a time of 12.197 seconds in the Quinny Welch Throwback number 78 from Center Conway, New Hampshire, the North Conway Incinerators machine, Gabe Brown. And Gabe, let's hear from you now as he gets the Pole Award plaque for the 2024 Milk Bowl presented by Booth Brothers Dairy and H.P. Hood. Gabe. Okay, now that we got a few photos, Gabe, obviously starting from the pole is a great place to be. How are you feeling coming into segment 1?
I think we got a pretty good race car. My guys have worked really hard to give me a good car all weekend, and hopefully we can stay out front. If not, just maintain up front and go into segment 2 and 3 to have a chance.
Well, best of luck out there.
Thank you.
Gabe Brown, your pole sitter for the 62nd Vermont Milk Bowl presented by Northfield Savings Bank. At this time, we'd like to ask you to please rise and remove your hats as we will first honor our Quebec Canadian guests and competitors with the singing of
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Summer. Drivers, prepare your cars for competition. Well, folks, while the drivers get their cars ready for the 60-second running of the Vermont Milk Bowl, we have with us Megan Ciccio, the Senior Vice President of Enterprise and Government Banking at Northfield Savings Bank. Megan, this is the 10th year that Northfield Savings Bank has been a part of the Vermont Milk Bowl. What has the experience been like for you folks?
It's amazing. We're happy to be here. This is a great environment, a great crowd, great group of racers. Just overall a great day.
What have you folks enjoyed most about being involved with racing and the Thunder Road community?
I think every year it's a different experience. We love to see all the kids that are involved with the reading program come out with the drivers, and it's just so much fun to be here.
Any predictions for today?
Fastest driver is going to win.
Well, short and sweet. Megan, thank you very much to you and to everyone from Northfield Savings Bank for being with us today for the 62nd Vermont Milk Bowl.
Thank you for having us.
Megan Ciccio, everybody. Folks, it is now time for the most famous words in motorsports, and today they will be delivered by the kids from the Race to Read program. Everybody, on the count of 3, we'll send these drivers off, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Field fires to life in the infield here. They are ready to do battle. 62nd running Northfield Savings Bank cars coming to life into the infield. Cody Chevrolet Camaro pace car at the top of pit road, ready to come out and pick up the field in the infield. About a round of applause for all those Race to Read kids as they make their way back to their seats. They did a fine job sending everyone on their way. And I just want to let everyone know, if you're buying 50/50 tickets today, 2 of the 3 50/50 ticket sellers are celebrating. They're in their birthday week. One of them celebrated their birthday last week, just a couple of days ago, and another one has their birthday in 2 weeks. So make sure you're buying extra 50/50 tickets from our 50/50 girls. Field now rolling out of the infield. "30 cars ready to do battle, 50 laps at a time. Winner of segment number 1 receives 1 point. Second place gets 2 points. Third place gets 3 points. At the completion of said 50 laps for segment number 2, the field will be inverted. Then you have to race your way out of the back again. Likewise in segment number 2, winner gets 1 point, second gets 2. They invert the field a second time for segment number 3. And again, only the top 26 cars will get inverted. So if you finish 27th in segment number 1, you are going to start 27th in segment number 2. Gabe Brown on number 78, Darrell Moore in car number 17, squaring off at row number 1, the quick 2-time trialers that passed technical inspection to the completion of yesterday's time trials. Marcel Gravel, car number 86, a former track record holder, is going to roll off from 3rd. Chris Pelkey, former Milk Bowl winners, rolling off from 4th. Jimmy Hebert, fresh off his first super late model win last night in the Pass 150. That's a star-studded top 5. All right, back straight away, you're going to start the wave-off lap for us. In the VIP section, if you got a hat, a flag, a program, a small child, whatever you got, I want you to send these drivers off. Final time. You're going to be able to do it here in the calendar year of 2024. Turn 3, Forsyth Hill. It's on to you guys now. I see you over there in your bright fluorescent yellow shirts. Turn 4, Bud Hill, Bank Dwellers. Anybody up there, make some noise. Let these drivers hear it. And now, main grandstands, I want you all to get out of your seats and get on your feet and salute these drivers and crews who have put in all the hard work and will continue to put in hard work throughout the course of today's Triple 50 Milk Bowl style event, or Milk Bowl event. Those are the names and faces right now, the one time of the year where they all come out on the speedway to get their recognition. They've done everything they can for segment number 1, but they got 2 more bullets in the chamber. Adjustment times, risks to be had, chances to be taken. And there go the crews. Let them hear it. Round of applause for your crews, ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way back into the pit area. Speedy Dry crews have come back from the pit area after picking up the stairs and ceremonial step on the front straightaway. Problems for the Duraking 41. Oh, nope. Jonathan Bouvret's all right. Looked like the card's shut down, but he is rolling again. 50 laps, segment number 1. This is usually the most uneventful or undramatic segment of the Milk Bowl. Everyone just kind of starting running where they can, getting every inch they can in a segment number 1, but you're pretty much going to size up where you are. This is the give me segment. A couple of drivers to keep your eye on, though, that are starting deep that had some misfortune. Scott Dragon, top 10 qualifier, torn up in his, or had a flat right front tire in his qualifier. And Chip Grenier in Canada 9, also very quick in weekly competition as well as time trials, but spun out and got collected in a crash in his qualifier. So those 2 drivers are 2 to keep an eye on as they try to race their way out of the back of the pack in segment number 1. Gabe Brown, caliber 78, not really an ace here at the nation's side of excitement, but he's the current point leader on the American-Canadian Tour. He rolls off from the pole starting position. Keep an eye on Jimmy Hebert. He has got to be brimming right now with confidence after winning the Pass 150 last night. Jason Corliss, caliber 66, a 3-time winner, looking to join Robbie Crouch and Nick Sweet as 4-time winners. Brian Hoare, likewise in row number 4, a 3-time winner, looking for a 4th. Looks like there's some debris up in turn number 4. Maybe a sign of some sort. Looks like a big piece of paper. And the field comes by. Brandon Lanford, caliber 16, would love to join his father as someone that's kissed the cow at the completion of the Milk Bowl. His dad, of course, the 2001 winner of this event. They'll take one more lap to get a little more heat into the tires before we send them on their way here for 50 laps. Northfield Savings Bank, Vermont Milk Bowl. Eric Sands, Patrick LaPearl, cat number 91, another driver that'd like to put his name as a 4-time winner of the Milk Bowl, making it a 3-way tie for first place in the all-time wins. Of course, both Nick Sweet and who drove cat number 40 today, and Robbie Crouch not going to participate in the Milk Bowl today. Sweet unable to qualify. Lights are out on the pace car. Segment number 1 ready to commence. Gabe Brown on the inside. Daryl Morin on the outside. Picking the pace up off a turn 4. Down to the stripe. The green is out. Gabe Brown at caliber 78 explodes away with the lead. Down to back straightaway. Looking to set the tone early here in segment number 1. He'll lead. Lap number 1 for Gabe Brown. Marcel Gravel, the Thunder Road regular, down low on Daryl Moore, and a couple of the Thunder Road hot shoes battling side by side for the number 2 spot as they go down to back straightaway. Brian Hoare bails out of the top groove in a hurry, and caliber 46 as he pins it down to the bottom underneath the 77 of Brian Wall. Still side by side for the runner-up position here on lap number 2 as they chase the number 78, the Quinny Welch throwback, being piloted by Gabe Brown as he shows the way. Brown looking to play hide the peanut at the front of the pack, puts it up by a couple of car lengths now. Marcel Gravel in the 86, solidifying himself in the number 3 position, or in the number 2 position. Third now goes Jimmy Hebert in car 58. Jason Corliss in the 66, looking to make some noise early on in this one. Problems for Patrick LaPerle in the 91. He went way up the racetrack in the back of the pack. First 5 laps have been completed. Into the top 5 goes the 66 Corliss. He just grabbed 4th away from Daryl Moore in car number 17. Chris Pelkey, car 64, has found a hole down to the bottom side of the track. He'll slide by the Daryl Moore car. Oh, look out. Bouvret in car 41. A little bit of a dust up in the back of the pack. Gets the car straightened out. We stay green as here comes Gravel in the 86. Drawing a bead for the race lead on Gabe Brown. Brown trying to keep that car pinned to the bottom side of the racetrack and make the 86 of Gravel go to the top. And he'll do just that as he swings it wide off turn 4, looking for the race lead. The Pizza Equipment, Fecto Homes, car number 86. Marcel Gravel up on the high groove, looking to take the race lead away from Gabe Brown. Brown down on the inside lane. Hebert right in tow in the 58. 9 laps complete. We got a new race leader for the first time here in the Milk Bowl. It's Marcel Gravel in 86, slingshotting his way around the outside to the top spot. Gabe Brown slides up the racetrack, looking to find a little bit of extra grip on the top side of the track. Opening up the door down low for the number 58, Jimmy Hebert. Hebert trying to drive down to the inside for the number 2 position. Here comes Brown back after the race lead on the outside, though. Alexander Tardif, 21, sliding up the track. Brooks Clark underneath him now in car number 68. Outside pole sitter Daryl Morin continuing to backslide is now Cody Blake looking to move through on the bottom in car 99. Blake in the 99 around the bottom by Daryl Morin as Jimmy Hebert in car 58 has positioned himself up in now to the number 2 position. Hebert now second. Pole sitter Gabe Brown back to third. Brown third, Corliss still 4th in the 66. 5th goes Pelkey in the 64. 6th to Cody Blake in the 99. Battle is for 7th. Daryl Morin up high. Brian Hoare down low in car 46. 2 of those drivers I told you to keep an eye on are really beginning to move their way out of the back of the pack. Scott Dragon 0 and the 9 of Chip Grenier. Both have picked up a couple of handfuls of positions, trying to march their way towards the front, doing a little bit of damage control here in segment number 1 as Gabe Brown has come back to life on the outside of the 78 for the runner-up spot. Brown in the 78 on the outside, trying to move back by the 58 of Hebert. Hebert down low, Brown up high. Everybody chasing Marcel Gravel in car 86, the former track record holder, as he shows the way. Battle for 7th continues between Brian Hoare and car 46 and the 17 of Daryl Morin. They've got Brian Wall in tow in car 77. Alexander Tardif, who stepped up to the outside, has been able to hold off the 68 of Brooks Clark. Now it is Brandon Lanphier in car 16 on the outside trying to grab a position. Coming by this time, it's going to be lap 20 going up on the board. 20 laps complete for Marcel Gravel in the 86. Battle for 2nd continues. Brown on the outside of the 78. Hebert down low in the 58. Hebert used the bottom side of the racetrack to his advantage to win the pass race last night. Trying to go by Gabe Brown for the runner-up position. Brown gave it up momentarily, but he has rallied back the troops on the outside lane. Brown now slides in the line in the number 2 position all by himself. Hebert gets up in line behind him. Tardif in the 21 continuing to struggle with dispatching the 68 of Brooks Clark. That's kind of bottled up the 16 of Lanphier and Caden Fisher in car 18. Sands in the 36 working the inside groove, trying to roll forward underneath the Thunder Road track champion. The king of the road in 2024, Caden Fisher. Kind of bottled up right now, going nowhere early on in this one as we're getting close in on the halfway mark in segment number 1. Brian Wall, 77, tried to slide past the 17 of Daryl Moore and unable to do so that time. As we are halfway home here in segment number 1. Segment 1 has been completed, and Jimmy Hebert's going back on the attack for the runner-up position. Hebert in the 58 down low, trying to slide it by the 78 Gabe Brown, but Brown has that car hooked up. running right up on the outside lane, keeping as much momentum wound up as he can to hold off the 58 of Hebert. No contest at the front right now. It is all Marcel Gravel in the 86. Oh, look out, Jesse Lacaire around in front of the leaders. Caution, a flag is out. Jesse Lacaire, Jesse Switzer. Two of the drivers that earned the provisionals to start into this one get together, and the caution flag is out. Now, of course, with the American Canadian Tour, we do not score forward. We go to the last complete green flag lap, so both those drivers will stay on the lead lap as we're 2 laps past the halfway mark. Lacaire 71, Switzer 25, a pair of Jessies go for a spin, bringing out the first caution flag for the Milk Bowl here this afternoon. And as you can see, the hood is pushed in on the 0-1 of Stephen Martin. May have been a chain reaction event. Yes, Jonathan Bouvrette's also going down pit road. Raphael Assard, the former Truck Series driver, also headed down pit road. Lacaire 71. Looks like he may be taking the Lacaire Power Sport automobile to the pit area for some adjustments. Pace car has picked up the field so far. It has been all Marcel Gravel in car 86. Gabe Brown led the first handful of laps, but when Marcel Gravel decided it was time to go, he pushed the button to the outside lane and shot out to the race lead, and it put a couple of car lengths between himself and that battle for second. Brown in the 78, Hebert in the 58 have been battling side by side for the number 2 position since about the lap 10 mark. Had swung it back and forth a couple of times between themselves, with Jason Corliss in the 66 and the 64, Chris Pelkey just kind of laying in the weeds waiting for that battle to settle down. Jonathan Bouvrette in car 41, the 71, Jesse Lacaire, and the 48, Raphael Assard, all set to return for pit road. Word from pit road, it was mostly adjustments for those drivers. I can see the hood came off the 41, and they peeled some of the tape off of the nose of the 25 of Switzer. Field crossing over into the columns of 2. Marcel Gravel has elected the outside lane for the restart. Jesse Lacaire swung it back around to the pits, and it looks like he's going to be back. Eric Sands in the 36 up to the outside. He was having a little bit of trouble crossing over deeper in the field. Lights are going down to the pace car as Lacaire is back. Lights are down on the pace car. 23 laps to go in segment number 1 of the Milk Bowl. Marcel Gravel in the 86, drawing on his Thunder Road experience, has taken the outside lane. Keep an eye on the outside of road number 2. Jason Corliss, the 3-time champion of the Milk Bowl and 3-time track champion. Green flag is back out. Brown in the 78 with nowhere to go but the inside lane, and here comes Corliss, the Musco Worldwide Mover, is ready to move up the scoring pylon. He's looking for the runner-up position of the high groove. Whoa, back of the pack. Taylor Horace around to the 48. Problems for Brandon Lanfear in the 16. Right front tire is down on the 16 of Brandon Lanfear, and Taylor Horace goes for a spin in turn number 4 in her Milk Bowl debut. Lots of damage on the right side of the 16 of Lanfear. Quarter panel appears to be broken, and the right front tire is down. Taylor Hoare is going to take it back to pit road as well. Scorers working over the restart lineup. Jimmy Hebert needs to go up in front of the 66 of Jason Corliss. Word from pit road, the 16 Brandon Lanfear with the right front sneaker replaced. Looks like the only damage they had was a flat right front tire. Lights going down on the Cody Chevrolet Camaro pace car. 23 laps to go. As Taylor Hoare is set to return. Pace car is off. We'll go after it again. Here they come down to the stripe. Green flag is out. This time Gabe Brown's got the bootstraps pulled tight. He had the lead at the start-finish line. Marcel Gravel, though, just trying to rim ride the momentum on the outside lane. He will do so. He'll go back to the top spot. He'll lead lap number 28 at the line. Jason Corliss in the 66 has that car pinned right to the rear bumper of the Marcel Gravel car as they go down the back straightaway. Jimmy Hebert jumps up to the outside lane. Chris Pelkey looking to roll the bottom in the 64. Pelkey in the 64 trying to roll the bottom side of the racetrack, but to no avail. Hebert pulls away with fourth. Now the 64 Pelkey's going to go on defense, trying to hold off the 99 Cody Blake with 20 laps to go in segment number 1. Marcel Gravel, the leader. Jason Corliss in the 66 rides in second. Gabe Brown is third. Jimmy Hebert going after third on the outside lane. Remember, only the top 26 cars get inverted for the invert. Blake in the 99 could not make it work on the outside. He drives down to the bottom as Chris Pelkey tries to slide by the 678 of Gabe Brown. Marcel Gravel, though, right now flexing some muscle at the front of the pack. He leads over the 66 of Corliss with 16 laps to go. Gravel now 15 laps away from a Milk Bowl segment win and beginning to pull away from the 66 of Corliss. 58 Hebert rides in third. Fourth is a 78 of Gabe Brown. Pelkey in the 64 all over the rear bumper of Gabe Brown for that number 4 position. 99 Cody Blake, 46 Brian Hoare. Alexander Tardif in the 21. With 11 laps to go here in the first segment. Ten laps to go. That is the sign from our chief starter, Jason Lemoy. 10 laps remaining. Right rear tire down on the 41. Jonathan Bouvrat, right front tire down in front of the field. And the report is that there was also fluid leaking out of the 41 car. And the Speedy Dry crew will now go out to work on to check over the speedway, as there was reports from multiple spotters that there was fluid coming out of the 41 car. With 9 laps to go in the first segment, Jonathan Bouvret down pit road. Scott Dragon takes a 0 to the pits. Jesse Switzer in the 25 on pit road right now. Scott Dragon and kind of zeros on pit road. Crew's looking to make repairs to those automobiles. You can see the nose pushed back down where it belongs on the Scott Dragon 0. Look out, Stephen Martin pulling out. That was almost catastrophic down there in the pit area. So now it's going to be gravel and Corliss in row number 1. Jonathan Bouvret also going to make his way back from pit road. Lights are down on the pace car. Gravel in 86. 66 Corliss. Here they come off the 4th corner down to the stripe. No start. No start that time. We'll try it again. Here they are coming off a turn 4. This time they're together. This time the green flag is back in the air. Marcel Gravel on the outside. A little bit of a bobble right there. Corliss stays with him. Corliss dives it deep into turn 3. Corliss wants the 1 point for winning the first segment. So does Gravel as he battles back on the outside. Gabe Brown in the 78 had slid back into the 4th position. Now he's going back after the 2nd position. Outside lane on restart is really the place to be here. 43 laps on the board, 7 laps to go. Marcel Gravel leads the way. Jason Corliss settles in line in 2nd, 3rd to Gabe Brown, 4th to Hebert. Down low for 4th, though. Here comes Pelkey in the 64. 5 laps to go. It's going to be 4 when they come back to the stripe this time. 4 to go. Joel Hodgson getting awfully loose off a turn 4 that time. A little bit of help from Rafael Lazard in the 48. 3 laps remaining now for Gravel in the 86. Corliss in the 66. Gabe Brown, 78th, the pole sitter, continuing to stay at the front in the number 3 position. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks are up. 2 remaining in segment number 1 of the Milk Bowl. White flag ready to fly for Marcel Gravel in the 86. Checkered flag will fly this time off the 4th corner. Marcel Gravel in the 86, your winner. 2nd place goes to Corliss in the 66. Gabe Brown. The 58, Jimmy Hebert. The 64, Chris Pelkey. Cody Blake in the 99. Brian Horn, the 46. The 21, Alexander Tardif. The 17, Daryl Morin. Derek Luchaki in car number 7. Brooks Clark in the 68. Chip Grenier the 9. Caden Fisher in the 18. And taking his lap of honor here into segment number 1 for the Milk Bowl, it is the number 86, Micro Marcel Gravel picks up the victory. Burnett Scrap Metals Road Warriors, segment number 1. It will be the next one out onto the speedway. How about a nice round of applause for the Pete's Equipment Toyota, car number 86, Marcel Gravel, winner of segment number 1 of the Milk Bowl. Picked up his triple 50, picks up segment number 1. And just about ready to rumble with segment number 1 for the Road Warriors. The Burnett Scrap Metals Road Warriors.